All right, we want to continue our conversation now with Congressman Tom Emmer, Republican Majority Whip in the House. Thanks for spending some time with us. We just have a few minutes left here and so much to cover, Congressman. Just really briefly, though, I did want to circle back on one thing, which is yesterday we did have law enforcement, Hennepin County Sheriff DeWanna Witt, among others, who came out and said, yes, you know, there is racial profiling going on here. You know, I just really want to get to kind of your thoughts on that. You know, you've represented Minnesota for a very long time in the St. Cloud area. When you hear that, what goes through your mind? Deanna's great. The Hennepin County Sheriff, great lady. I have a lot of respect for her. She does a wonderful job, but she's not the officer involved. I used to do this kind of work, Amy, when I was practicing law. I want it from the officers who are involved. I appreciate that she probably has pressures being in Hennepin County that a lot of people don't have to face. She handles them very well. I think her counterpart at the city of Minneapolis, if he would have provided that perimeter protection that is customary for local law enforcement to provide, we never would have had the tragedy that occurred a couple weeks ago. So, again, I don't want to take someone else's word for it. I'd rather hear from the actual officers that were involved in whatever the stop is or the engagement is that they're involved in. Yeah, we can definitely continue, you know, these conversations at another time. Again, our show ends at 2, and I want to get to a couple of more things here with you, including there's a bipartisan bill that is really important to healthcare in Minnesota. I know I've been following the story about the psychiatric beds here. Tell me a little bit about this. It's bipartisan, is that right?
Well, I actually call it nonpartisan.
Nonpartisan,
you know, when we say bipartisan, it's always us and them, right?
Okay.
It's like two sides. This is a nonpartisan bill that actually removes a bureaucratic provision at HUD that prohibits inpatient psychiatric hospitals from securing mortgage assistance, right? So it's inane because why you would carve out inpatient psychiatric facilities is, first, is confusing to me. Second, we've got a mental health crisis in this country, Amy. We need more facilities. We need more beds to deal with the serious mental health crisis that is upon us. And I think it's incredibly important in Minnesota, which has always been a leader when it comes to treatment of mental illness, whatever the issue might be. I think it's time that this inane and outdated provision be eliminated. I offered it with Democrat Richie Torres from New York. I think we filed it before, trying to work on it in the last administration. I think we've got a great chance in getting it done in this administration. Okay,
just got about 2 minutes left here, and I got a hard out. You're probably going to hear a rap from our producer as well if we go over. But I also wanted to ask about the sort of denaturalization act that you're working on as well. Can you tell us just briefly about what this is?
Yeah, I have a bill called the Scam Act, which will expand and clarify the Immigration and Naturalization Act, the Federal Immigration and Naturalization Act. Amy, the current bar to denaturalize someone, take away their citizenship, is very high, and it should be. But we're just going to make it more clear to denaturalize criminals who commit fraud and aggravated felony, espionage, or people who join a terrorist group after they have been come to this country and been naturalized. The Scam Act will not only hold Somali fraudsters in Minnesota accountable, but it's going to restore long overdue integrity to America's entire naturalization process. And that was filed this week, and it'll start moving through the process in the coming weeks.
Okay, about 30 seconds left. A BWCA bill today, is that making its way through? Is that something that you'll be a part of?
Oh, I'm going to support that. I mean, people are getting the wrong idea. This is the Stauber bill to eliminate an executive order that was signed by Joe Biden. People need to understand that this executive order went way too far, Amy. It would remove 225,000 plus acres from northern Minnesota for resource development and utilization. And yes, that could include mining, but mining can only occur outside of the boundary waters and even outside of the buffer, the legal buffer around the boundary waters. But it also includes timber, other resources, and by the way, it's public school trust lands, which would be very harmful to the public school system in Minnesota. So, yeah, I'll be supporting it. I think everyone should be supporting it. And then we all need to make sure we protect the integrity of the BWCA.
All right, Congressman Emmer, thank you for your time today. We hope that we can connect with you soon. There's just so much going on here, not enough to get in about 15 minutes of a conversation. We'd love to dig into more specifics with you soon.
Absolutely. You did a great job. Thanks, Amy.
All right. Thanks, Congressman. We'll be right back.